Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. We are listening today to White Punks on Dope by The Tubes because you guys had recommended it. After we listened to their track Turn Me On, a lot of you came in and said, hey, listen to this track, and so listen to it we are. This is off of their debut album, which is also their self-titled album, released in 1975. Some of you that had suggested this particular track would be David Chaplain. Or is it Chaplain? I always say Chaplain like I'm explain, but maybe it's Chaplin. Kevin M with 2 V's, Blitzim, David Heiser, Palmy, Summertime Blues, Eric Anderson, Secret of the EW, Jay McGee, and there may have been more of you, but that's what I'm seeing immediately. So thank you guys so much for the suggestion. Let us go ahead and pull up the track. We'll talk about it a little bit after. Here we go. Had to catch the rhythm. They got a lot of playlists. It's like a fun hard rock song, but eccentric.
I go crazy, but my folks are so fucking rich. Have to score when I get that rich white punk itch. Sounds real classy, living in a chateau. So lonely, all the other kids will never know. White punks.
That's fun. That's good. Cool track. This is really nice. If you're looking up a progressive kind of glam rock, hard rock song, see what I mean? We have over a minute left, so... That traveled. You guys hear it? It like traveled over. Flush it down the toilet.
Is that alright?
秋のテトロンは帝人です。
I don't know what the Japanese was there at the end. Okay, worth noting that this is also the final track on the album, so this is kind of a great way to end the album. I don't know what came before, but it feels conclusive. It feels, I mean, it's the longest track on the album, coming in at 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Like, it feels appropriately conclusive to the album. Now, this was a really cool track. Okay, you guys weren't lying. This was a really standout track because I love how, you know, yeah, it's glam and hard rock like at its core, but it feels like it's experimental and progressive in its own way and in that particular genre. Without, you know, going to like prog or anything like that. It's just progressive within what it's doing. They're not afraid to do a little bit extra. It's eccentric, it's theatric. I love the keyboards and the piano, the synthy sounds, especially in the beginning and the ending that kind of change everything. I like how the rhythms, especially like in the beginning, like for myself, like it took me a second just to figure out what was going on. And by the time it did, it was starting to change. So it's just really cool, like their approach to this specific sound. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Sparks. Not in how necessarily they sounded, but to me, like Sparks kind of, I mean, they do a lot, but they kind of take a unique sound, oftentimes moving towards like a cabaret kind of sound with what they do in their theatricality. Here, like I said, it's kind of hard rock, but they're doing their version with, you know, the Tubes, their version of theatricality and eccentric. And I think it comes across really, really nice because this song is one that not only rocks, but it's catchy. It moves you. It makes you want to like headbang, but it's catchy. Makes you want to sing "White Punks on Dope." And I love the ending where he's just, you know, repeating the lines, spewing out. It's like he's spiraling. He's just spiraling at this point. And I just think that it's really, really good. This is a great track. Love the bass, especially the way that it breaks away from the guitar line in the midway point or so. It's just a lot of good here. Lead vocals performed by Fee Waybill. You have two guitarists, Bill Spooner and Roger Steen. You have Michael Cotton on synths and also Vince Welnick on the keyboards. Rick Anderson on the bass and Prairie Prince on drums. And I like how at the end, as it's spiraling out of control, as you hear, I like how the music also takes that into account. The drums become a little bit more faster and furious on the kick, and really everything else. The big build up, that bump, 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 like that build up there. And then the keys and the synth are really just being totally dismantled there at the end as well. It's just a really, really well constructed song. I enjoy this a lot. Let's look at the lyrics here. Teenage had a race for the nighttime. Spent my cash on every high I could find. Whoops, hit the microphone. Wasted time in every school in LA. Getting loose, I didn't care what the kids say. We're white punks on dope. Mom and dad moved to Hollywood. Hang myself when I get enough rope. Can't clean up, though I know I should. White punks on dope, white punks on dope. Other dudes are living in the ghetto, but born in Pacific Heights. Don't seem much better. White punks on dope. I go crazy because my folks are rich. Have to score when I get that rich white punk itch. Sounds real classy, living in a chateau. So lonely, all the other kids will never know. So I feel like this is a kid who's, I mean, he said, you know, mom and dad live in Hollywood and they moved there. So I think he's, you know, his parents got rich. He moved to a more, what's the word? Like rich neighborhood or rich area. There's another word I was trying to think of. But like, you know, he's moved to a rich area and he's fallen into the traps of rich white suburbia. And he's finding himself on dope because it's the only thing that's exciting. It's boring there, so he's like, all right, let me do this. Or white punks on dope. And he's feeling that kind of teenage isolation. You know, that teenage boredom, that numbness. Like I said, that suburbia kind of feel. They just, like I said, spirals there at the end. I can't walk. I can't walk. I gotta get out now. Better listen to me. Better look at me. I'm effed up. He's gone. He's gone. Let's see. The song was written by the band's two lead guitarists. It has been called an absurd anthem of wretched excess, ridiculing the rich and famous offspring of Hollywood elite. It became the group's rock anthem and spectacular closing number to their elaborate stage shows. It says the band developed a cult-like fan base that has followed them for decades. It says, known for frequent costume changes, the group's lead singer, Fee Waybill, plays the character of Quaalude, a drugged-out British rock star wearing 2-foot-tall platform shoes, a feather boa, and a long blonde wig. In his early career as a choreographer for the band, Kenny Ortega would add elements to try and make every show more spectacular. There were explosions, smoke, chainsaws, and a daredevil aerial artist. There was just a lot going on. Even says that up-and-coming actor Robin Williams auditioned for the show as well. While it was considered too racy to receive much airplay in the US, 2 years later, the single reached number 28 on the British charts. So that was a really fun song. Some interesting information as well on that one. Thank you guys so much for the suggestion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter, support the channel on Patreon. Does the rest of this album follow this suit? Because I know a lot of people, when we listened to Turn Me On, had said like that album was really good. Is this album just as good as well? I mean, or maybe like all their albums are good. I don't know. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. See you later. Bye. That's all I gotta say.